Hello and welcome to prime factorization. Let's review a couple things before we get into what prime factorization is. What is a prime number? A prime number is any number that is only divisible by 1 in itself. So, the prime numbers from 1 to 50 are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 19, 23, 29, 31, 37, 41, 43, and 47. So these are prime numbers. The only numbers that go into these numbers are 1 in itself. None of these numbers have other factors besides 1 in itself. You may find it helpful in this part of Unit 1 to memorize the prime numbers between 2 and 19 because you'll be using these a lot in class. Looking at this list, I realized I forgot a number. 17 is also a prime number that should be in there. Prime factorization is the process of writing a number as a product of prime numbers. Remember, the word product means that you are multiplying. The method that I'm going to show you today to find prime factorization is called the division of primes method. And we call this method the birthday cake method because when you do it, it looks like you have a birthday cake. Let me show you what I mean. The steps that I'm going to use are over here on the left. So right here, these are the steps that I'm going to follow. But I think it's easier just to show you with an example. So let me show you. On example 1, I have 42. To find the prime factorization of 42, I'm going to begin by writing 42, and that is going to be the base of my cake. I am looking for the smallest prime number that goes into 42 evenly. The smallest prime number that goes into 42 is 2. 2 goes into 42 21 times. And then we're going to do that process again. I am looking for the smallest prime number that goes into 21. If I divide 21 by 2, I'm going to get a decimal. So 2 doesn't work. So let's try 3. 21 divided by 3 is 7. So that works. So the smallest prime number that goes into 21 is 3. 3 goes into 21 7 times. And then I'm going to do that process again. The smallest prime number that goes into 7 is 7. 7 goes into itself 1 time. When you get to 1, you're done. And 1 is like the little candle to your cake. So it's like you have a 3-layered cake with a candle on top. That's why this is called the birthday cake method. Notice how our numbers on the outside are prime numbers. That's good because we're doing prime factorization. So the prime factorization of 42 are my outside numbers here. 2 times 3 times 7. On your calculator, if you do 2 times 3 times 7, you will get 42. So again, the prime factorization is writing this number 42 as the product of prime numbers. Let's try prime factorization again with the number 120. So I'm going to put 120 at the base of my cake. The smallest prime number that goes into 120 is 2. 2 goes into 120 60 times. The smallest prime number that goes into 60 is 2. 2 goes into 60 30 times. The smallest prime number that goes into 30 is 2. 2 goes into 30 15 times. The smallest prime number that goes into 15 is 3. 3 goes into 15 5 times. And then 5 goes into itself 1 time. When you get to 1, you're done. 1 is the candle to your cake. So the prime factorization of 120 will be 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. That would be my answer. And if you try it in your calculator, you can do 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 5, and you will get 120. Let's try this again with the number 40. So 40 is going to be the base of my cake. The smallest prime number that goes into 40 is 2. 2 goes into 40 20 times. The smallest prime number that goes into 20 is 2. 2 goes into 20 10 times. The smallest prime number that goes into 10 is 2. 2 goes into 10 5 times. And the smallest prime number that goes into 5 is 5. 5 goes into itself 1 time. When you get to 1, you're done. This is the candle to your cake. So the prime factorization of 40 will be 2 times 2 times 2 times 5. That would be our answer.